Godfather Minute. Godfather Minute. Godfather Minute. Godfather Minute. Woo-hoo! We did it. We made it to minute 173 of the podcast.
Alex, repeat after me. E minuto.
E minuto.
Numero. 173.
Oh boy. 173.
You got? Tre.
No,
got it.
no s at the end.
That's right. Unless
Okay.
you're in Mexico.
In minute 173, Michael finally tells Kay that he had nothing to do with the criminal killing of Carlo. Mm-hmm. Kay is relieved
Finally.
and starts fixing them some cocktails.
Yeah.
As she does, the new capos enter Mikey's office, and Clemenza kisses Don Corleone's hand. So Kay does believe him, it seems.
Yeah.
She
she
totally like a sigh of relief and gives him a hug and attributes it to them just being stressed out and so on. So
Yeah.
is Kay naive?
Oh, Alex. You're asking me if she's naive? No, who's being naive now?
Is Kay being naive that Michael had somebody killed?
Well, the question is, does she believe him?
Yes.
And Alex, my hands are somewhat tied.
Why?
Because Puzo reveals the answer to that question, but in the next minute.
Oh, it's a little
portion of the book.
cliffhanger. I like it.
Cliffhanger. We got another K. Corleone cliffhanger.
Correct.
Hey, kudos to to all the alliteration you busted out last week.
Oh, yeah.
That was a lot of fun.
I was in the zone.
It was kooky and crazy. And you even updated it. For our listeners, I already published the minute. I already sent it out into the world. And Alex kept texting me updates, adding more and more k sounds. Like, oh, maybe make it kooky and crazy, Connie Corleone. Oh, make it commanded Carlo, Capo Carlo. Like, Alex, I already sent it out.
Cool.
Yeah. But anyway, kudos to you because I appreciate the effort.
Well, you are welcome.
So do you think, Kayla, I'll reveal next minute what Puzo writes, but what do you think? Does she buy it?
Well, based on the book is also, as we might have learned by now, the book is different than the movie. So it's possible that Puzo wrote something in the book that Francis Ford Coppola or Diane Keaton. I wonder if Diane Keaton said, "Oh, Francis, do I believe him?" Like, did Diane Keaton, like, yeah, I guess that would be the real question. If the actress was what she thought Kay did. You know what I mean?
Well, based on her delivery of those lines, it appears that she buys it. She's emotionally moved. She says, "Oh, I thought of you," because she went, "Oh." Oh, and she did that twice, but she didn't say the Michael part of it. She went, oh, and then they hugged.
Either that or she's just being a good actress like Mikey is.
Oh, you mean Kay being an actress?
Kay is a good actress also.
Oh, I don't know. I didn't buy it. I think she believed him. And also she wanted to believe him so badly.
I think she wants Mikey to believe that she believes because otherwise she'll be killed.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, she has to be like, okay, I guess there's nothing going on.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Wink, wink. She should have winked at him. Okay, I get it.
I know. He says, no. No.
No.
And she says, oh, okay, sure, Mikey. Sure.
So let me ask you a question.
Yeah.
So one thing I want to know is, who is the real Andy Robinson?
Is the real
Andy
Robinson?
And so my question for you would be, could you live with your spouse knowing they ordered someone to be murdered?
Was it my deadbeat brother-in-law?
It was the guy who runs the candy store down the street.
Oh, that's a great question. Well, I don't know if he were following instructions, putting the money behind the drapes like he's supposed to.
Wait, what do you mean if you were following instructions from the Don?
Yeah.
That would
like if Carlo had been doing his job and I guess what I'm saying is it would depend on the reason. If I agreed with the reason to have the person killed, then I could live with my spouse.
The
But
reason
if I
was
disagreed,
the reason was the person was a key element in my death, your brother's death.
yeah, I could live with that.
Wait,
Yeah,
wait,
I might even support it.
wait, you could live with the person killing them, or you could live with the person who killed me walking around unpunished?
No, I could live with the spouse who commanded your death. Your original question was could I live with my spouse knowing that she had someone in my family murdered, right?
Well, I didn't say someone in your family. I just said someone who's
murdered.
ordered someone to be murdered.
Yeah, and the answer is yes.
Okay.
But do you really know how you'd respond to that?
Yeah, I do.
Oh damn.
I think I would stay. In fact, I think I'd be more inclined to stay if they killed somebody, because I'm like, yeesh.
Why?
Because, maybe I'm next.
If you leave?
Or whatever. Even
Are
if
you
I
more
stay,
likely to get killed if you stay?
Yeah, I'm more likely to stay. I'm less likely to get killed if Mikey believes that I believe he didn't kill the person.
It's like the whole owning a gun thing. You feel like you're safer having it, but
Yeah.
you're more likely to die from that gun. That's what I think of being in a crime family is like. Like when I have the protection of Don Corleone and Michael and Fredo
Yeah.
too, but you're in that whole scene, so your odds of dying a violent death are much greater than those of a civilian.
Right, but then you have to live like a stooge to those peso pesantes. Like you got to take the risk if you want to be the boss. You can't have it both ways. You can't get everything you want and live a peaceful life.
Peaceful life. I can have my tomatoes. That's all I want.
I wonder if the Don, like clearly by the time of of Connie's wedding, the Corleone family is wealthy.
Yeah.
They built this big compound. Do you think at that point Don Corleone could have just said, you know what, I'm getting out. I'm retiring and I'm having Clemenza take over. The whole Corleone family's getting out of the business.
I was wondering about that because isn't every crime boss's downfall they just can't get out or don't know when to get out or they get too greedy? At least in the movies, that's what it comes down to. No one ever just walks away when they've had enough and they transfer the power, right?
I guess because those people aren't the people that their movies are made about,
Yeah, that's true. Maybe there are plenty of people that do that, but we don't see those. Those are less interesting movies.
It's like serial killers. Like we all think serial killers are like, but we only know the ones who got caught. So
yeah,
there could be a bunch of other serial killers out there who are so good that we did never find out.
Yeah, they're much better at their jobs.
Yeah.
Well, to answer your question, I think he could have.
Wait, what was the question?
Could Don Corleone
could he have stepped away? Yeah,
could he have stepped away? Yeah, I think so. They were probably wealthy. Mikey went to college. I think you have to ask, did they have enough avenues to make money in legitimate ways? Maybe not. Where would their income come from?
The olive oil.
A lot of money in them cooking oils.
That's a good question.
Yeah, maybe not.
Well, and also, like, what would Sonny do? He's not fit for office job.
Pop, I'm thinking of getting into the show business. What do you think? Bada beep, bada boop.
I mean, I guess Fredo,
It's not like a documentary. You can't walk right up to the camera and boom, get a shot right there. You get blurred footage all over your production screen.
Production screen.
Would you go to film school to And to make a what would be the good end to that line?
Would you go to film school to make a flop?
Yeah, there you go. On Flop's birthday.
You didn't know it was Flop's birthday.
Flop. That's like the clown Corleone brother that
That's
they
the garbage
never
pail
see.
kid. This is Flop. It's the way Flop wanted it.
That's the way Flop wanted it.
Speaking
It's
of
like
film,
clown. It's like Sonny Clownione, because he goes to film school to make clown films.
so speaking of film school, the nice shot here of you see Kay immediately in the foreground, and she's out of focus, and Mikey is far away but in focus. And it's interesting because from a certain point of view, you think it would be the opposite. You think the fact that Mikey was powerful and Kay was insignificant, the situations would be reversed. You know what I mean? I guess that's kind of how it is in the reverse shot where you see it from basically inside the room.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
there you go.
Yeah. Very interesting. Did you notice, Alex, that Clemenza calls Mikey Don Corleone?
I did.
And it's the first time we hear him refer to, or maybe anyone?
No,
Has anyone referred to him as Don Corleone yet?
Oh yeah, a bunch of people referred to him as Don Corleone. You got all the crime bosses referred to him as Don Corleone. He wants assurances that Don Corleone will not take personal vendettas.
No, Mikey we're talking about.
Oh, Mikey, yes. I think
Yeah.
this is the first time anyone calls Mikey Don Corleone.
Yeah. I don't recall any other time. It seems significant. Clemenza walks up.
Yeah. Because you'd think he would know his name is Michael, not Don.
Yeah. Don Corleone.
Or do you think whoever becomes the boss has to legally change their name to Donald Corleone?
Oh, yeah. There were the 4 or 5 of them all competing for like, no, I'm the real Donald Corleone. No, I'm the real Donald Corleone. You can legally have your name changed, but that does not give you positional authority in the family.
Woo! I think it's funny. That would be a great crime name, like Donald the Don Corleone. Donald the Don Corleone.
Yeah. Yeah. Oh, that's good. I like it.
So here's my penultimate thing is I looked into some information about the relationship because, as you might have known, Diane Keaton, Al Pacino had an off-screen romance as well, which fared a little better than the. Interestingly, they met on the set of The Godfather, and they basically broke up shortly after the completion of the filming of Godfather 2.
Oh,
So their relationship basically went from the length of the 2 years that
just like their characters.
yeah, totally.
That's fascinating. Do you think the plot of those 2 movies influenced the development and ultimately the decline of their relationship?
No, I think the opposite.
What do you mean?
I think. Wait, were you saying that did their relationship affect the movie, or did the movie affect their relationship?
The story was pre-written.
Yeah.
And so as their characters' relationship in GF2 starts to really decline and fall apart.
Right. Yes.
Did that influence the
Yes.
actors?
It's life imitating art.
Yeah, right?
Yeah.
Wow, that's fascinating. They couldn't beat it. They couldn't beat the screenplay.
It couldn't be. Sometimes life is stranger than art. Life is stranger than fiction.
Couldn't beat the screenplay. I never wanted the screenplay to make decisions about your life, Alex. We had rewrites, Corleone. We had
Rewrites, revisions. So one thing I thought was interesting about that was that the next 2 movies Diane Keaton did were both Woody Allen movies. Play It Again, Sam, and I think Sleeper. So that's kind of interesting that because you always assume. So apparently in 1969 she started dating Woody Allen. She was in the Broadway version of Play It Again, Sam. But then by the time of The Godfather, they'd broken up already.
okay.
And it's interesting. But the other interesting thing about that is that if you remember in the movie Annie Hall, is that one of the reasons they break up is that the Woody Allen character, like the Diane Keaton character, wants to go to Los Angeles to become famous and become I wonder if that was inspired by Diane Keaton moving to Hollywood and then becoming a part of that whole thing. So
That's right.
Yeah.
Oh, interesting.
The most interesting thing I learned about this is that Play It Again, Sam was on Broadway, and Woody Allen was in it, and Diane Keaton were in it. When Woody Allen left the role, he was replaced by Bob Denver.
Really?
Can you imagine to go to see Bob Denver in a Woody Allen play on Broadway?
Whoa.
It's so strange to imagine. Like, I can see it working because he's kind of a nebbishy, guy. So was, I think he's deceased now, but
Yeah, I could see that working.
yeah, totally.
Yeah.
But good for Bob Denver. I had no idea he was on Broadway.
The boat, the minnow. It's just a small boat. How are we gonna get to the island?
Couldn't figure out where you were going with that one.
The coconuts. I mean, has someone seen a coconut? Can someone give me a coconut? Come on, give it a shot, Alex.
What, Woody Allen doing?
No, Woody Allen doing Gilligan.
Woody Allen playing Skipper. I think if we could get off the island. Let me think. I got to think of a line he would say.
Yeah. You can't think of a single Woody Allen line? I can't either.
Anyway, yeah.
Yeah. We'll work on that.
This is crazy. We're stuck on this island with all these people. Anyway,
I don't know who to make a pass at. Ginger, Marianne, and Mrs. Howell. She's already taken.
I'm not good of a swimmer. The sun, I don't freckle, I burn.
I'd get to call my agent. I don't think there's reception on the island.
My last note is picturing.
I thought that was your last note. I thought we were going to end on that high point.
Oh no! I'm gonna bring us down by saying I'm still imagining Carlo in the barrel while she's making the cocktails.
Yeah. Well, did you notice that? I think the last line you hear her say before she walks out of the room is, I guess we both need a drink.
Yeah.
And then she walks out. So I thought she was going to go to the barrel, not knowing Carlo was in the barrel, and open a tap.
Oh, it's like a punch,
Yeah. Oh. Would not want to. That would be a stiff drink, Alex. Talk about a stiff drink.
No. Talk about your stiff drinks.
That's Woody Allen doing K. No, that's Diane Keaton doing Woody Allen doing Kay Adams in that scene, right?
That is too many layers. Carlo. So, unless you have anything else for this minute,
I do.
What?
Whoa! Hey, don't cut me off. You're the one wasting all the time with these Woody Allen impressions. I got a little bit from the book, Alex.
Okay, let's hear it.
And as we talked about before the minute, during the preparation of this minute, technically the next week's minute is the final minute of footage before we hit the credits, right?
Right, correct.
So I'm not going to go into the whole epilogue that Puzo writes, but here we go. Puzo writes a little bit about this scene. Page 434, Puzo writes,
Dear Puzo.
Dear Puzo, I'm stuck on an island with a bunch of freaks.
Whose voice is that?
That's Casey Kasem. Dear Puzo, I'm stuck on an island with a bunch of freaks. One of them thinks I'm his analyst.
Can you play me something to cheer me up? All right, here's Sailing by Christopher Cross.
For a very, very long distance dedication. Going out to who knows where they are. Puzo writes, Kay looked into his eyes. Michael, it's not true. Please say it's not true. Michael shook his head wearily. Of course it's not. Just believe me. This one time I'm letting you ask about my affairs, and I'm giving you an answer. It is not true.
Oh, so in this version, he doesn't even make her ask. He just automatically, like, she just asks without knowing that she only has one chance to ask about the affairs.
That's right. There's no, I don't think there's any preface about you can only ask me once.
Right.
Yeah.
Okay.
But Puzo writes, he had never been more convincing. He looked directly into her eyes. He was using all the mutual trust they had built up in their married life to make her believe him. And she could not doubt any longer. She smiled at him ruefully and came into his arms for a kiss.
Aww.
Pause.
A kiss begins with K.
So what do you think of that?
Sounds sexy.
Is that her garbage pail kid?
Yes, exactly. Well, yeah, that makes it sound like...
There's a lot more talking in the book of
Yeah.
Michael. I mean, I think it's weaker in the book.
Well, you have to have more talking in a book because you can't just say, like, they looked at
Yeah.
each other. You know, you can't...
Yeah, I think there's less talking in the movie, much less talking in the movie. Puzo goes on and writes, we both need a drink, she said. She went into the kitchen for ice and while there heard the front door open. She went out of the kitchen and saw Clemenza, Neri, and Rocco Lampone come in with the bodyguards. Michael had his back to her and she moved so that she could see him in profile. At that moment, Clemenza addressed her husband, greeting him formally. Don Michael, Clemenza said.
Don Michael?
Yeah. Interesting difference, right?
Yeah.
What do you think of that compared to Don Corleone?
I think Don Corleone is stronger
Why?
because you're giving the exact same title to him that Marlon Brando had,
Yeah.
as opposed to Michael, as Don Michael doesn't sound as
Yeah.
Vato.
And finally, Puzo writes, to end the chapter, Kay could see how Michael... let's see... Never mind. I'm going to read this next time.
Oh boy. Okay.
Yeah, this is
More
this will be
cliffhangers.
good to end to end the footage.
To be continued.
Do you think she'll continue to believe him, Alex?
I can't see any other way it could turn out. I have a question for you. One last question before
Yeah.
we rate it. If someone said for you, let me fix you a drink, and then they just started fixing it without consulting you, what drink do you think they would bring you?
Oh, that's a great question.
I guess it depends on who's making the drink.
Yeah, if they know me, they
Yeah.
know I lean toward the clear liquors, your gins, your rums. So hopefully they make me a Cuba Libre or a Negroni. But if they don't know me, I don't know. It's kind of a generic drink. I used to probably be like in the movies and stuff. When I fix you a drink, it's probably like bourbon or something, right? Or scotch.
Yeah, whiskey.
At least that back in the day.
Well, let me ask you this follow-up question.
Yeah.
Reverse it. If you said to someone, if someone said to you, "Fix me a drink," and they didn't want to tell you, what would you make?
Oh, that's a great question.
That I think is that it's more that has more to do with what you would do as opposed to trying to figure.
Yeah, I think that the least offensive or the most accessible alcohols are rum and vodka.
So you do a rum and vodka.
I would do a rum and vodka. Make it a double.
Play it safe. Just do all rum and vodka. Yeah, makes sense.
We've got we've got sugar cane all over the island. We're making rum. I've got more rum than water. What would you make, Alex?
Oh,
And then what would you expect them to make? Basically, I'm bouncing the same two questions back to you.
well, I don't know how to make any. I only know the most basic cocktails.
So just a glass of vodka.
A mug of vodka. Yeah, I think I'd probably do like a rum and coke or something like that.
Yeah.
Maybe a. Yeah, I think that's what I do.
Yeah,
Jack and ginger.
Yeah, Jack and Ginger. Yeah. I think more people would. Well, I don't know. That's a great question. Yeah. I'm going back and forth, Jack and Ginger, rum and Coke. I think more people would like rum and Coke, but maybe that's just me.
I feel like rum and Coke is kind of like, obviously, it's based on Coke. So right there,
Yeah.
That's
Cuba
like-
Libre.
Yeah. All right, so let's rate this, Jimmy.
Let's rate it. Okay.
Oh, that's a tough one.
Yeah, it's a tough one. It is.
All right, what the heck?
Yeah.
1, 2, 3.
4.
4.
I went 4 because of the significance
Yeah,
of the
I
minutes.
know. I was really all over the place.
I know.
So I can't argue with you.
I was going to go 3, but then you said, oh, what the heck? So
Yeah.
I assumed that you were going to give it the benefit of the doubt, which is why I did.
No, I did give it the benefit of the doubt going from 2 to 3.
Oh, you were going to go dose.
Yeah, only just
Do
because
it.
there's like one line of dialogue in it. But,
Wow.
like you're right, it does set up a key moment.
Yeah.
It does set up a K moment.
Well, what do we got coming up in the bonus content, Alex?
Well, what don't we have coming up
Yeah.
in the bonus content? You know what I was thinking?
He's thinking.
Well, speaking of the
Don't
bonus
hurt
content,
yourself.
2 things. As you know, we're coming up to the end of the season.
What do you mean?
Well, because we're almost done with this film. We only have like another 5 more weeks or so before.
What do you mean? I thought we were after 177. We're starting 1 again to do all the stuff we missed.
just do the whole thing over again?
Yeah, it's the right thing to do. Fill in the gaps and then do GF2.
I think you want to talk to the guys at Groundhog Day Minute.
So what are you thinking?
Well, so here's the thing. Over at the Patreon, where they currently do we currently have our bonus content. They now initiated a system whereby you could pay for a whole year in advance. Instead of paying the monthly fee of $4 a month, you could just pay one flat fee, and you'll get 10% off if you do that. So,
All right, Alex, give me two annual subscriptions.
2 annual
I'll take 'em.
subscriptions, bartender.
Make it a double.
Yes. So,
So you're trying to encourage people to sign up for a year in advance because they get a discount,
yes,
right?
Yes.
And we're going to start that with GF2.
Yeah,
We
might as well,
started
yeah.
it now.
It's already in effect now, so you can
Oh,
you
okay.
can go ahead and if you're already a member, if you already are supporting the show, you can still do it, and new people, and so go to godfatherminute.com/support and become a member of the show.
Yeah.
All right then. So
Hey, I want to plug my band because this is the only outlet I have to do it, Alex.
Aw.
Go check out the Underdog Night Soldiers. We are the official Godfather Minute band. The Underdog Night Soldiers. We play Americana. We play rock. We play pop. We do it all.
you play pop.
We play pop.
Now let me ask you a question. Who's the main person in the band?
Well, I do all the songwriting and quite a bit of the instruments, but I'm always inviting people I know, guest musicians, to come and play and record. So it's a bit collaborative.
But-
Different guests on each track.
So it sounds like what you're telling me is that you're the band leader. You're a band leader.
I've got a contract I can't get out of.
How small it is.
Yeah.
All right then. So I guess until next time.
It looks like we both need a drink.
I'll say.